Ready.
We are doing a live thing. What's up, live people? Let me just get a visual of us out there that we're doing the live thing. I think we are. All signs point to yes. Hey, there we are. I see us. I'm gonna share that to my feed. What's up, business nerds? Happy Wednesday night. This is a kind of like a bonus episode. We did a bonus episode. Oh, did I forget to sign out of the... Forgot to sign out of the radio show earlier. It's always fun. Anyway, I did a bonus episode last week, so we got all kinds of podcast episodes like in queue. And I didn't even have an episode scheduled for tonight, but I do like BSing with my business friends. What's up, Jairus? Jairus is in the house. I like BSing with my business buddies. Jared /JC says, so much for that pool time, Daniel. And he called me Daniel because I've been calling him Jared because he changed his name on Facebook so he could get the blue check mark. Ben, if you were going to get the blue check mark on your name in Facebook, you would have to change your name to Benjamin. Would you do that on Facebook? Check mark.
Let me express to you how much I give cares.
You mean fuck? Did you mean
cares.
fuck? Oh.
No, cares, Dan. Cares.
Okay.
It's fucks. That's how much cares I give.
Oh.
It's funny. So me and Charlie, my 9-year-old, well, almost 9-year-old in a few days here. We were getting a haircut today. He's sitting next to me and he's like looking at his phone and he's scrolling through the Apple App Store and he's like, Dad, Facebook is like a 2.8. And I was like, it's garbage. And he's like, you're on it right now. I was like, I know.
Yeah, this is how I know it's garbage.
If it wasn't for, if I could, a Facebook app or hack that could make it so I could see the things that I only want to see. I can even still have some ads. I'm good with that. Like the ads are okay. The ads don't bother me. It's like that Wendy made some chicken.
People. Yeah.
Or that like Steve is once again like tough guy and some guy that doesn't know how to wash windows or something. It's like, dude, you just got shit to do? Don't you got things to do? You know, like if there's like a way, actually, wasn't there a thing on Facebook that like when Trump was doing some thing where it would like delete everything on your Facebook that said Trump or something like that, or like hide it? Because like I love my Facebook groups that I join. Like I'm in my duck group. I'm in my business groups. I'm in my hunting groups. I'm in my board game groups.
I just don't want to see people's personal shit. I want to see the groups that I joined, and if I don't want their shit, then I'll unjoin them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, you can. Like, there's no offense to you people that probably don't even know that I'm even on this. A lot of my people that I'm friends with, I instantly unfollow them the second they say something annoying. We're still friends. I just don't see their stuff. But I probably have a lot of friends, or not a lot, I don't know. But I have gotten to a point where I see random people now a lot more because I don't think I see a lot of people's stuff. And then the people that I actually want to see their stuff are much like me, where it's like, well, here's my one Facebook post from this month. Unless it's something like this, you know what I mean? I post stuff like this, but like stuff that is like in my life.
Yeah.
No, you know, and
I
not to.
I don't share like what I'm up to.
No, man. And so there are some like, hold on. We got a Bambi in the pond. Look at, can you see her?
Oh,
can you see it?
Yeah, there he is. That's a deer in the pond. Usually it's ducks on the pond. Usually you got ducks on the pond, but
they're over on the side. They're over on the side. I haven't seen that snapping turtle.
You got a little. It's not turf and turf. What's a duck? If a fish is surf and a deer is turf, what's a duck?
It is what is the flying thing? Hold on. Bird. I mean, it's just bird. Hold on. Poultry.
Poultry and turf? Yeah, but it's got to end in earth so that it rhymes.
Earth. Hey, dude. Hey, hold on 1 second. Hey.
Oh, Ben had to go on mute to yell at his dog. He's busy yelling at his dog right now. Yell at him, Ben. Get him. Tell him what's up. He's still yelling at his dog.
I got it. He needs to understand that like we try to eat those guys and we don't want to scare him away.
Yeah.
But I think he's like, Dad, there's one right here. Let's get him. Let's get
You're
him.
like, I don't know how to teach you seasonality.
Right. He's got to figure it out, man. He's going to get us in trouble.
Yeah, it's not deer season right now, bro. Does Thor have interest in your ducks? Is he like, let me at those ducks? Or is he like, what do I do with these ducks?
He's calming down about it. At first, he
For
really
people
hated
that don't know, Ben has ducks, but not like mallards. They're like egg-laying ducks.
Yeah, I got 7 Pekin ducks, which are actually more of like a meat duck. I just bought them randomly, like I do with many things in this world.
Yes, a spur of the moment. Hey, I'm at a Tractor Supply. Here's some ducks.
Yeah,
I think I want ducks.
Yeah, I got a good deal. You know, it's a good deal. I got 4 ducks for $8.
That's a good price for chicken.
Yeah, dude. So they're more of a meat duck, but they do lay eggs. And I got 2 ruins as well. They are all still alive.
They're the smaller ones, right?
Yeah, they look more like mallard-ish. We're not sure what ones are boys or girls. I'm feeling pretty good that we got a lot of girls, which is
really?
rare for a Tractor Supply. Yeah, there's not a lot of deep quacks. Deep quacks are supposed to be males.
Are there like male ducks have a deeper voice like male?
Yeah, it's weird.
Is that a real thing, or are you just saying that?
It's dead serious. Like in my duck groups, I actually bought some stuff on Amazon. I'm gonna do this weekend. I got to tag them all with different like little bands on their ankles, and then I'm gonna take each one and make a video of them quacking and put it in my Facebook duck group so they can decide if it's a male or female for me.
Oh, I like that. I like
yeah,
that.
and eventually all the males will get a curly tail on the back or on like right underneath their butts, which is just also weird. It's like a curl. Oh, you're a dude. But
pretty sure I got a lot of curly tails by my butt.
Yeah, there's a lot, you know. So it looks like this, but with a buttle.
Listening to the podcast, Ben is pointing at his beard. Yeah.
Which is exactly what you think it would look like, a butthole.
Yeah.
Wait,
you do kind of have like a spot right in the middle of that beard too, where it's like a different color. So so maybe that would be your butt. I don't know. Yeah,
that'd be like some spot I didn't get.
Every time I get into this topic with anybody, I just go back to Cool Runnings, and I just think of Sanka being like, "I'm gonna draw a line down your face and call it a butt." There's a line.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I was actually just thinking of that movie, but so the ducks, they live back. They live in the pond.
Nobody's thinking about.
No, I'm not kidding. Because like, what was I doing? We were talking about Olympic stuff. I was talking about Olympics with somebody.
You dead, man? Okay.
But yeah, so the ducks, they live back here. They're good. There was a snapping turtle that tried to eat one like a couple weeks ago.
I'm surprised that it tried and failed. I feel like that's got like a snapping turtle and a duck like that's got to be like a 99.9% success rate.
Yeah, you know. So I haven't seen him. I'm not sure about the protection status of a snapping turtle. I was talking to some pond management guys, and I mentioned some stuff. Turns out that they might be protected, or at least need some sort of license to trap them. I would guess that once you trap them,
grab them and go throw them somewhere else. That's not trapping.
You got to take them like 2 miles away,
at least.
So
they do well in river systems. Take them to home.
I think that once you trap them, you could probably kill them, but I don't know if you can shoot them. So
throw them in depending on how. Throw them in the back of your. Throw them in the back of your Prius.
Dude, that's not an option. I called the Toyota dealership today. They're like, it's a year wait. And I'm like, well, no, it's not. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not waiting. I want one now. This is America.
Yeah.
So
you can buy used vehicles, right? You don't have to buy new ones that break down because they haven't figured out all the shit yet.
Oh, my name is
Dan.
I'm
respond. You can respond.
I'm the CFO of money. I save money for people. Frugal. Don't worry, my friend Ben will buy all the things I need, and I'll just tell him he's an idiot, but I'll use them.
I feel like you sound more like Rob than you sound like me.
Oh, you want me to sound like you? Hold on.
Give me a Dan.
My name's Dan. I got. I'm from Wisconsin. I got this. Oh no, wait. Oh, this one. There. $1 million.
Okay. You nailed it. That's me. Mm-hmm. That's how I live life.
Yeah. Sharks with lasers on their heads.
That was like a weird redneck Dr. Evil. Very, very like weird redneck Dr. Evil.
See, this is how connected we are. I'm not kidding. I was just thinking about the word redneck. I got out of the shower and I was like, look at that neck. That's a redneck. See,
On what?
on my neck, on my
Oh,
neck.
your neck. You're a redneck. Yeah. Were you out there? Were you out there chasing ducks? Getting sunburned?
No. It was a couple weeks ago, but it just is like I got a lot of color there. It's like the only spot that I got tan right now.
Hey, we got a shout out here. Let me get some comments going in here. So Jairus says, "Sup guys?" Jared Chanowski, twin brother to JC, says, "So much for pool time." Angela Bangs Schroeder says, "Hi guys." Angela and I did a little VA session on Turfs Up Radio today. That was pretty cool. And
what's VA? What's VA?
Virtual assistant, little virtual assistant session. I think you could use a virtual assistant.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk. Well, I want to talk about our Boundary Waters trip and all the stuff we're gonna do and talk about on that trip. That's what I want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Fuck business. I want to talk about canoe.
Who's this? Who's who?
Alex says, "Hey Ben, hope all is well, man."
Alex Panaz?
No, Alex Kolos.
Oh, nice, very nice, very nice. All is well, man.
Angela did correct me. No, virtual team members. She doesn't want to call them assistants anymore because they're team members.
Angela, my wife, can hear me right now, and I just want to say that every time I see your picture, I'm just like, God, that girl's got a nice smile. You just got a delightful face.
She smiles.
And and it's just like, it just sucks because it's like, damn, man. She's just like, look at my little, like these teeth are
Ben,
too little.
I think you should go around just like that. Hey, my name is Ben. How are you guys doing?
I feel like this is how she's smiling in all her photos, but she looks good, and I look like an asshole.
Yeah, you totally do. It looks really bad when you do
Hold
that.
on.
Like you could. So I went to Transworld this year, which is like a haunt, like a Halloween haunt thing. And whatever you just did with your face there would be like something people would put on a mask at all times. Like
Thanks, man.
That would scare kids. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Alex says, LOL, he doesn't remember me. Been many years. Saw the post and hopped on. I feel like you did remember Alex.
No, he's not lying. I'm literally trying to figure out who it is right now. I'm trying to think of who it is.
Alex.
I'm trying to get to his picture.
I'm gonna say his name like that because it's fun. It's Kollos. Oh, he's probably Spanish. It's Coyos. Alex Coyos. That was kind of like Japanese.
Oh no, I remember him. Yeah, I thought that's who this was. You are Alex, the dude that worked at 1 hour, I think, for a while, and then you went to Hero. And judging by your Facebook, it looks like you're back at 1 hour, unless you haven't updated it.
He says, I'm whiter than snow, LOL. I was just making the comment when Angela and I were on Turfs Up Radio earlier today that I am legitimately a polar bear. Because I ran over lunch today, and it like we're hitting the 80s. I think it hit. My computer still says it's 90 out. It's not 90 anymore, but at one point it was. And man, heat ruins me.
Yeah.
It ruins me. If it's 20 or 30 degrees out, I'm pretty comfortable. If it's 80 plus, I am not comfortable.
A lot of it to me too is the heat with the humidity, dude. Drier heat, I'm a little bit more okay with, but like when you get that heat and the humidity, it's like, how am I supposed to breathe this? Do I chew before I breathe? Like, what do I do?
Yeah. I after my run today, I must have tried to hawk like 20 loogies. It's like,
you're hawking up all that air.
Yeah, probably all the fucking cottonwood pollen. That shit
hold
is flying
on.
around like snow.
Thor is he's gone. He's back and he's trying to find that deer and eat it.
He's going for the deer.
Emily just let him out.
Go get him, Thor.
Oh, turd.
If your dog kills a deer this time of year, he's not in trouble. If you kill a deer this time of year, you're in trouble.
There you go. Cottonwood, dude. It's nice because my old house before this house had cottonwood trees all over it, and this one must have zero. So I'm digging it.
Here's the thing. Angela says, virtual team members and smiles aside, how do I earn an invite to hunting/fishing trips? I have a really good idea, actually. A really good idea. Because JC #Jared has not, he was supposed to come up ice fishing this last year, I think, and he didn't make it for when we tried to do the BBB thing. /
Mm-hmm.
whatever they call it now. I don't know, amp or something stupid, something not BBB. I think Angela and JC should come up and hang in our fish house. And then Ben, we should coordinate it when you guys are up there. And maybe we get another power couple up there. And we go catch fish through the floor.
Yeah, I'd have my wife there because I find you attractive, so it'd be weird.
Of course you'd have your wife there.
Oh, I was talking about you, Dan.
Oh.
Just calm down. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, I think it'd be super fun.
Aaron and Jess might be in on that.
Jess is terrified to go on the ice. I hope that she's
I bet we could make fun of her enough and peer pressure her enough.
That she's super worried about the toilet issues. And I'm just like, dude, I got a $600 electric toilet.
You do have a badass toilet.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not a big deal.
It's not like she's gonna stay in my house and have to go out on the 5-gallon bucket with toilet seat lid.
Right. So here's the deal: we could do a boys and girls ice house too. We could do that.
I don't know. We'd all die from flatulence inhalation, and then they'd have to come and like rescue us.
You open the windows, dude. It's airy.
Yeah, you're right.
Got a lot of windows.
Yeah. Okay.
No, in all reality, like, where does Smiles live?
She's down in Omaha, and JC's down in Charleston.
Smiles, what do you want from
Charleston and Charlotte? I'm just like, they're pretty much the same city. Charleston and Charlotte, there's too many letters at the beginning that are the same, and I'm just like,
Charleston.
And it's the same city. Here we go. Angela says,
Smiles, what do you want from life?
Yay, Jared Chanowski. I just got us an invite. No, Angela, I actually invited JC, not Jared. So I just want to be clear on that. Jared's not invited. Daniel won't be there either. Just Dan.
Angela, what do you want to just participate or like be there for like a hunting / fishing trip? Do you want to learn to hunt? Do you want to learn to fish? What do you want? Do you know how to do these things? Do you have land in Omaha that needs some killing things on?
Let's negotiate some situations here. Angela grew up outside of Omaha. Angela, since you're listening, chime in. I think you grew up like an hour outside of Omaha to the west. And so probably could put us on some big ass whitetails is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you want to kill a thing?
She can guide us in a Nebraska whitetail hunt, and we'll guide her to a bar in northern Minnesota when we go ice fishing.
Yeah, I mean
we'll know exactly the bars to go to.
Here, let me show you my picture of my sober driver. Hold on.
Your kids aren't old enough to sober drive yet.
That's bullshit.
Angela says, here she goes. Says, I know how to hunt and fish, and yes, I have riverland. I have killed deer, been ice fishing, salmon fishing, all the things.
Oh, sweet. So she's not even dead weight. She's gonna carry us.
That's what I said. She's gonna outfit us. She's gonna guide us better than your Ohio assholes did for you.
There's one picture of a sober driver.
It doesn't show up good at all. What's going on there?
I don't know.
Who is that? It looks like a baby.
Yeah.
Is that Charlie when he was like 2? That's totally Charlie. How old is he?
Charlie. I don't know. Here he is. Here he is actually driving.
I had my girls drive us last year, and they did pretty good. I mean, like, they would just sit on my lap and drive once we got out on the ice, but they love it. It's like,
dude,
if you grew up on a farm, right? Like, you grow up driving shit well before you're 10.
Yeah.
If you grow up on the country. And so, like, to me, that's ice fishing. Like, I can't let my kids drive stuff. I live outside of Minneapolis and St. Paul, right? I can't let my kids drive stuff around here. The minute we're up ice fishing, I'm like, take the wheel, kids. You got to figure this shit out.
Friday night, I was launching
and hand me my beer.
Friday night, I was launching my boat at the beach at my camper, my fishing boat, and it sucks to do by yourself because like I don't want to open the doors because water goes
even
in.
When you do it with 3 people, I've seen you run and jump off the dock and swim down your boat.
Yeah.
Last time I was there that you launched where I think you're launching, you went for a swim. Swim down your boat.
Yeah, that's the same spot. So, so this is a good story. So, Charlie's right there. I was like, get in. And he's like, what? And I was like, just get in and just put it in reverse and go straight back. And he's like, I don't know what that means. I'm like, yeah, just sit in here. And I like put the pedals closer. I put the seat closer. I'm like, just put it in the R. and then just
he's
go
in the
until I
truck
say
and
stop.
you're in the boat.
He's driving the truck, and he's got a back. I mean, I probably go, I don't know, 30 feet into the lake with my whole
Yeah,
truck.
it's
You know
super,
what I mean?
super shallow.
Yeah, and so he's backing up, and then this one guy, well, like this old guy walks by. That's the dad of one of the guys that has a camper, and he's like, "Yeah, unless you got rollers, you're not getting off in there." I was like, "I do this every weekend," and he's like, "Well, I don't think so." And like Charlie, my 8-year-old, is backing me in here, and I'm like, "Okay." And then sure enough, like 2 seconds later, I'm off and running away, and Charlie pulls it up, and I'm like, "All right, pull it up and just park it right when you get out of the beach." He goes and I park it and pull my truck out. And then Saturday, I bring my pontoon up. I went and picked it up, and it's a big 28-foot pontoon.
Dude, Ben's pontoon like makes tri-toons look small.
Everybody,
Ben's pontoon.
it is a tri-toon now. It is a tri-toon now. I made it a tri-toon.
Oh yeah, and it makes
Like
all
it,
the other tri-toons look stupid. What's up, Lucy? Good night,
He
Lucy.
said hi. Dan said hi. Say hi, Dan.
Was that Charlie?
That's Lucy saying hi.
That's Lucy.
Good night. I love you. Bye. So here's the rest of this. So I get my pontoon, and I'm trying to launch to the same spot, which is even harder. And
that's your pontoon is longer than the average dock.
Yeah, dude, it's huge. So Emily's standing in the camper, and I'm like, all right, look, Emily's my wife for the world to know, and she is.
In case you didn't believe it, because it's not really believable that somebody would have married Ben, but just for all you doubters and haters.
Yeah, and so she is a planner. She's risk adverse. I'm a send it. Let's take some risk. And
you are the opposite. You are the most like, we're doing this thing and we're doing it now.
Right now.
We're gonna figure it out.
So she's like, I'm like, all right, listen, I need some help. Do you want to help me? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you just need to do exactly what I say, okay? And she's like, okay. I was like, I need you to get in my truck and back up and keep going. And I know that it's going to be in the lake. You've seen me launch boats here hundreds of times. It's going to be way in the lake. I know that it's getting like towards the door. I know that if you open the door, it's going to let water in. I know all of these things. You don't stop until I say stop. And you keep going. And she's like, I was like, I'll go get Charlie. He'll do it. He did great. And she's like, I can do it. And so sure enough, she did it. She did it. I just
going to go get my 9-year-old and he will do it. He will do what I tell him. He
will follow directions.
I need your promise that you will do what I tell you to do.
Yeah,
and you will do what I tell you to do.
Yeah, and so she did great. She did great. We got it in there. We also had another very similar situation like a couple weeks before that. You remember that? Did I tell you about the basketball hoop? Did I tell you about the story already?
I don't think so.
Remember the basketball hoop that I ordered in Kentucky?
Yeah.
Illinois? Illinois?
Was it on our way to Kentucky? No,
it was
No,
it was at Dick's Sporting Goods.
It was Dick's Sporting Goods in Illinois. We stopped to get an Illinois tag.
Yep.
Or was it Kentucky and we stopped at Dick's, but we thought we were in Kentucky, but we were actually still in Indiana?
I don't feel like Jerry was there, and I think we were in the van. I don't know though. But anyways, order the basketball hoop. I finally put it up like
Dick's Sporting Goods, and we were on a hunting trip, and Ben's buying a basketball hoop.
I was like, I don't know, it looked cool, so I ordered one online. It was like $2,000. I'm like, I don't know.
This wasn't. I mean, it was you already had in your mind you were gonna order a basketball hoop.
Mm-hmm.
We just happened to stop at the Dick's to get a hunting license.
Yeah, the guy that owned my house before me, we just moved here like a little bit less than a year ago.
Yeah,
and
but I mean, like, it wasn't. We weren't amateurs. We spent more time looking at basketball hoops than we did at anything hunting related.
Yeah, we did.
We did our homework. We might as well have been hanging on the damn rims and Dick's.
Dude, wait till you see this thing. Like, you are not going to remember how nice of a basketball hoop we decided to buy, okay? It is from the NBA. So I had to pour a new footing because it was too big for the footing that the one that the guy took was. So I had to pull that out and put a 48-inch deep, 16-inch round footing in this thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dude, it's massive. And so we did that. We got that in, and then we're putting up the basketball hoop, and the kids are helping. Emily's helping, and we get to the part where we got to put the backboard on, and so the arms are up there, and we got to get the backboard up there. And this backboard, the box says it needs 4 people to carry it, and I've been just moving this thing around by myself. In the instructions, it literally says to put the backboard up, you will need 5 capable adults. And it's just me and Emily standing there, and she's like, let me call Jess and Aaron, because they live like 15 minutes away, and they're like down in Coon Rapids shopping, and I'm just like, I'm just going to do this. And she's like, well, what's the plan? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going to start lifting, and then you're going to put a bolt in here. And she's like, no, 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 no. And I'm just like, I'm about to get mad at her because I'm a dick, and that's official. And then she came up with a great plan to put it on my little giant ladder, and then get it up there. And I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty good. We'll get it up there, and then I put the little giant ladder height up so that I can lower the basketball hoop arms into it. I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, let's get it in there. She's like, how are we gonna get up there? I was like, I don't know. We're just gonna lift it, Em. Like I took your idea. Let's move on. And we go to start. And I'm just like, oh, like it's just like it stalls out. So then we had to lift it from. Then I had to back my truck up with a tailgate. We had to put it onto the tailgate, get onto the tailgate, which is wider than the tailgate. So like we're trying to like get on it, and then we had to lift it up.
Wider than the tailgate.
Yes.
Motherfuck, we did buy the big one, huh?
You dude, yeah. And then we got it up onto the thing, and then she's like on the ladder, on the tailgate, kind of like trying to bounce. I was like, just stay balanced. And we got it in there. We got a pin in it. Dude, we did it. It doesn't take 5 capable adults. It
takes 2 adults. Takes 1.5 adults and some problem solving. By the way, Emily's the adult. You're the half.
I understand. No. So then I would say it's 2 full adults because I have the adult strength and she has the adult mind.
Is that?
Oh, so that makes it 1 adult.
Is that like 1 adult then, or is that like
that's
exponential?
Like 1 adult.
Like it's 3 then?
I don't know what that means.
1.5. I don't know.
Is this a 96 situation? Because 1 and 1 never come to 3. It's like 1 and plus 1 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 squared.
Yeah, this might be a 96 situation. Which, gosh, I feel like we should probably explain that to listeners. What a 96 situation is. Everybody that's listening to the podcast knows what a 69 is. We're going to assume that.
Well, let's hope so.
Everybody, if you don't know, like Google, okay. And then I just made the off-the-cuff joke. I think this was up in North Dakota, right? We were up at North Dakota.
We were on the way to North Dakota for a fishing trip, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, 69, that's cool, but I'm more of a 96 sort of guy. And
it flowed into the conversation a lot better, and it wasn't a joke. You were like, I like to 96 or something. Somebody said 96, and you were like, yeah. 96, and I don't remember the exact story, and maybe some of the other guys do, but like
I hadn't thought about the positioning of the numbers as much as like I was like, oh, it's the same thing, right? Like 69, 96 is like reciprocal, it's the same thing. It was just me trying to be funny about the same stupid, immature number that all dudes are stupid.
And like the 3 of us idiots are trying to argue with the number guy that it's not the same. No. And we had to like be like, okay,
you gotta draw it out. It's not the same.
Yeah, and so then like it's just been this thing like we were on the floor 96ing. I was like, I'm a 96 Eric right now, dude. Check it out. And it just got like
it's basically you farting on somebody's head. It's for sure you farting on the back of somebody's head. Yeah. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's butt to the back of head. And it's awesome. And so I'm all about it, and I'm standing by it. I'm committed. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, dude, that's what you gotta do. You gotta commit and follow through.
You're like, you made fun of me for it, but I've seen you 96 your kids. Like you're notorious for farting on your kids. That's a go-to Ben dad move. It's like, hey Lucy, come over here. And
I don't know. Here's the deal, Dan. This is a live podcast, and I don't know if my kids are a protected species, so I prefer not to talk about it.
I'm more known for the pull my finger. I'm way more of a pull my finger sort of guy. Yeah. I'm not like fart humor is not like beyond me. I obsess about it. I'm all in. I think it's great. I will take advantage of every certain possible situation. I'm not gonna do it with other adults, but I will sure take advantage of it with my children. That's part of the fun. My dad taught me the ways of being a dad with fart humor, and it's my job to carry that on to my children. So,
have you ever seen the kid that farts on a bus, and his dad's like defending him?
No. Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna share this? Are we doing this right
now?
I'm
trying to. Hold on. I'm trying to get to it.
I don't think I have to like give you access on here or anything.
Gotta try to find it. Hold on.
I think you just let it rip.
Oh my God, is it?
What do we got? What are we doing? What is it?
Oh, the kid got on Tosh.0, but how do I find? Give me 1 second, internet people. They're like tuning out right now.
Yeah.
How do I find the original?
That's okay. I got to open another beer.
Okay.
For those just joining us, we're talking about dads and farts with their kids. and how it's funny to be a dad playing a fart joke on your kids, and how 96 is not the same as 69, and it's really a fart joke. Learned that one the hard way.
Man, dude, the internet's hard.
We must have laughed double-digit times about my inability to understand how those numbers look next to each other.
Oh, dude, we were dying.
I bet we double-digit laughed. That was like if you had a lemonade, it would have came shooting out of your nose, and you'd have been crying for the rest of the day. It would have hurt so bad.
Yeah,
you'd been laughing. Yeah. You would have been laughing too hard to stop.
Oh yeah, it would have been painful.
Situations. While you're looking that up. Speaking of trips, I'm about you remember when you were a kid and just like how small trips were so exciting and just things that now as an adult you don't get nearly as geared up for, you don't get that like ridiculous amount of excitement for. I'm child level excited for our Boundary Waters trip, and I want to talk about it. I'm obsessing about it. Last night I sent it out to the group. I was watching a couple of little YouTube videos on the lake that we're going to, and just seeing like the Moose River where they canoe in, and how freaking epic that looks the whole way, and the fish that they were catching out there, and the campsites. And I was doing some digging. I got my Onyx. I got all the portages labeled. I got the campsites labeled. I got the 5-star campsites and the 4-star campsites labeled.
Nice.
James McLean checking in says just got home from the Black Hills. Sounds pretty bad.
Oh yeah, I was gonna thinking about you and was gonna reach out and ask if you went. I think you went solo, man.
Sounds like he went.
Yeah. Dude, I can't
what the hell can you hunt in the Black Hills right now? I don't even know.
He dirt biked around and like
dirt bike.
Did some sweet stuff. Dude, how can I find this video? I'm good at this, finding the videos.
You're rated. If there was a rating system, I don't know if you're rated internationally, but you'd probably be rated nationally.
I mean, I think I do all right, yeah.
For searchability of obscure videos.
On
part of your ranking, part of the ranking system of the ranking, though, would be relentlessness. And even though we're on a live show, like 2 minutes later, you're still looking, which I think you haven't found it yet. Like speed to finding the thing you're searching for would be a big part of the ranking, but also a secondary part of the ranking system for your internet search capabilities would be your relentlessness. And so you're losing on the speed, but you're totally making up for it in resilienceness.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to find it, man. Let me see. All I can find is a Tosh.0 thing. Yep, nope. They did a web redemption on Tosh.0.
All right.
And
so Tosh could find it, but you couldn't.
Oh wow, this is old because that Tosh.0 is from 2013. Oh, we're somewhere. We're getting there.
Oh boy,
I might have just found it.
Oh golly.
Let's see.
In the meantime, James says he made a TikTok of his trip. He's gonna send it to you, Ben.
TikTok? I don't know how to. Oh, he did just. I just did get something.
You got.
Hold on. George Carlson said, this is case in Callan Winchester of Ohio. Okay, we got a name. Now it's on.
You're still looking for this thing?
It's almost done. Oh wait, is it case in Callan Winchester? Oh, hold on. This is not it.
You are failing.
I failed. Oh,
failing.
Here is a photo from the video. Got it, I think.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh god. All
right, we're in. Here it is. It's how long do you think that took me? That was a long time. Let me present this.
Like I said, resilience, and then I think part of the ranking system too would be like binary. Just did you find it or not? Did you find what you were looking for or not?
Share my audio system. Share that thing. There we go. Okay, here we go.
Can
you see me?
Yep, I got.
Are we in deep inside?
Oh yeah, it's mirror. Yeah, there we go.
All right, here we are.
Hold on, let's read the screen for the podcast listeners. Boy farts on school bus and gets. That's all.
Oh, I can't make it big. That's stupid.
Christian Summers
Hold
thinks
on. I got it. I know how to do
Here we
this.
go. Here we go.
playing video games is fun.
That dude's playing
According
WoW
to
with a
school
WoW keyboard.
bus
It's sweet.
driver, he also thinks passing gas is fun. She didn't find his flatulence so funny.
She's like,
Yeah.
I'm going to sign you up. I'm going to sign you up. And I was like, it was an accident.
And for letting it rip on
Sounds
the
like my
ride,
kind of guy.
Christian was slapped with an hour of detention at the Roe Park Elementary, which is part of the Parma City School District.
I thought it was pretty dumb.
To quote, thinks it's funny to pass gas while in the van. I've told him to stop it, that it's not funny nor polite to the others in the van. While the others
Hold on, pause it.
he
Pause it
laughed.
for a sec. Pause it for a sec. When I was in high school, a conversation, I don't recall ever making this, but a conversation I had with my buddies was around making a fart graph. And
Oh, you talked to me about this.
Yeah, so I don't think we ever made it, but there were a lot of variables, right? Like it's not just an X and a Y axis. It's like a A, B, C, D, E, F, G axis. There's tons of axes. And the main measurement is like the hilarity of the fart.
It's not a graph. It's one of those things where it's like a it's got all the points.
Yeah. I mean that's a graph. It's still a graph. But yes, you're right. It's not, like I said, it's not just normal X and Y like left and right. It's you got to map an area of the hilarity of a fart. And some of the variables that we identified were the smell, the air movement, like if the air's moving,
like how heavy it is. Oh,
yeah,
just how the air moves, and then how heavy the fart is. So like if it's really windy and heavy, that's funnier.
Yeah, and the sound, right? Sound is a key variable. The number of people around. The number of, if there's only one person around, it's not that funny. But if there's like 10 people around, and the number
size of the space,
and there's size of the space, and whether or not it's like if it's in a car and you're the driver with the window lock on, there's a lot of value in that.
How much control you can have over the intake of the fart to the other people. Yep.
Exactly. So like the number of people, but also the number of people that know who it was. Like they're like it's funnier.
It's better if you get just a few people, but not everybody. Like
like you don't want nobody. If nobody knows who it was, if nobody knows who it was, it's not funny. But if like 2 people out of like 20 know who it was, then it's super funny. If 20 people out of 20 know, then it's not funny anymore. So,
dude, it's reminded me of that time that I knocked your fishing pole out of your hand with that walleye.
You did knock a fishing pole out of my hand into Devil's Lake, North Dakota, and I grabbed it before it sank.
Yeah, but you did not have any. You thought you dropped it yourself.
I thought a fish bit, and it bit so hard that I dropped my pole because the fish bit so hard. I was stunned, but it was just you throwing a fish at me that knocked the pole out of my hand.
Which also might be protected species. Let's finish the video. Let's go. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, hit it. Yep.
Normal reaction is to giggle about it, and everybody else is,
We laugh when it happens.
But it's definitely not worth being disciplined over. We called the school and the district for comment, but they passed on our request. The district spokesman did, however, send us this emailed response. It reads, quote, matters involving student discipline are resolved by building administration in accordance with established district guidelines and policies. Christian now fears his flatulence. If he's caught passing gas on the bus again, he could get 4 or 5 days of detention.
Depends on how much more gas he has.
Now he's secretive when letting one slip on a small school bus.
When I have to pass gas, I have to cover myself because it won't.
Is that a mole or like
like this
chin beard?
Have been a write-up.
In Parma, Emily Valdez, Fox 8
Wait
News.
for this, Dad. No, they didn't even have the good part. He's like in the thing I remember. He's like, dude's farting. Farts are funny or something like that. I just was like, that is just some classic dad stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, clearly his dad has rubbed off on him. As his dad was getting interviewed there, his dad was laughing.
Yeah.
Which if, like, I mean, I wouldn't put those behaviors past my daughters. And if the school disciplined my daughters for behaving as such, I would laugh. I'd be like,
yeah, I'd just be like,
you guys are morons. And
they're kids, man. They're kids.
Good luck.
And this is back in 2013 when employees were easy. Now, like, I could understand siding with the bus driver. There's not a lot of bus drivers, but back then,
there were plenty of bus drivers in 2013.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Somebody jumped in. Oh, it's Cole. Cole says, just tuning in, now tuning out.
We're willing to, you know what? The text line, I do have a text question that came in.
The text line, he says.
Yeah,
hey,
the text line.
Beer and BS text line rolling hot. Here we
go.
Yep.
It says, if you are driving a company vehicle, like a large dump truck and towing equipment at the same time, and you are in bumper to bumper traffic, and you are zipper merging, and you let the first person in front of you, and the next guy behind is like, hey, I'm just gonna cut in here, and I know you're not gonna ram me because you're in a wrapped vehicle.
You just run his ass off the road.
And then he keeps going forward, and eventually you just give up because you are in a wrapped vehicle, and you honk at him. And you don't give him the finger, but you give him the thumbs up. Did you do the right thing?
Better than that, I like the honk and wave. There's nothing more that tells somebody they're a dumbass than when you, this is super important to get this right. You honk so you know that they're going to look at you, and you wave in the opposite direction. And hopefully you wave at nothing. You wave to the woods. Like, you hope there's nobody that way. Because it'd be weird if you wave that way and there's actually people over there, like in another vehicle. But if you wave in a direction where it's just the curve,
so I just go like this. Or I mean, we should tell the listener to go like this.
Yeah, and you wave at nobody, because then the asshole's gonna look at you and try to like instigate something, and be like flick you off or something, and you're literally
I have a follow up.
So hard, you're dissing him.
As soon as I got a follow up text. As soon as he gave the listener said, as soon as I gave him the honk and thumbs up, the guy that cut him off was waving, but then got the honk, and then the guy gave him the finger, and the listener continued to give him a thumbs up because he was in a wrapped vehicle. So if I wouldn't have been looking, or I mean, if the listener wouldn't have been looking, it would have been even better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But if I know you're listening and I find you, I will be there. I don't know what that means, but
I will be wherever there is.
You are a bad person.
Yeah. I do like, I'm all about the zipper merge. That scenario, like that, like they got a little, like one placement isn't going to change anything. What drives me absolutely fucking nuts is when people block both lanes because they don't want people to go in the lane. Like, everybody knows they need to go left or go right or whatever eventually, but a bunch of people pre-merge.
Yep.
And then they get pissed when people like fill the lane up. That's supposed to be filled.
I hate it, dude.
Supposed to pre-merge. And then one asshole gets so mad that people are filling up the lane that they sit in the middle and block everybody. And I'm like, you fucking moron. You are literally like, there's a merge a mile up there, and you're so inefficient.
Now our traffic jam is 3 miles long because you are.
Yeah, like you literally personally took it upon yourself to extend the construction zone 1 mile.
Yeah.
You added a mile, which is going to back traffic up even more because you're so worried about your position. It's like
the worst is
race, like stay in the left lane or whatever lane needs to be filled.
Commit, just do your thing. Leave me alone. Yeah.
If everybody zipper merge, we all get through this a hell of a lot faster instead of you bringing the merge farther back.
The worst is when that's a professional driver, like a semi truck doing that. Like, I've seen a semi truck doing it, and those are the people like I've actually like called their companies and be like, dude, this guy needs to learn how to drive. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick.
It's an old lady. Actually, no, old ladies never do that because they don't care about getting anywhere on time.
No, I think I should do.
It's usually actually, like, frankly, it's usually a dude in a jacked up truck. It's usually an arrogant asshole in a lifted ass truck that, like, I'm just gonna stop there. I don't want to. What if our listeners have lifted trucks? I mean, I'm not saying everybody in a lifted truck, but the guy that does that in a lifted truck, and he's not a business owner. He's got a shitty ass job. And he had a bad day, and now he's pissed because somebody else is cutting in front of him.
I think you're generalizing, stereotyping. I think you're being kind of rude, Dan.
I am. I am.
It could be anybody.
Yeah.
They suck.
I see dudes do it more than women, but I think dudes are just more like arrogant,
controlling,
and aggressive. Yeah,
and
like they want to own the situation. I do know one gal that was like that did it one time, and I was like, no, like you're the dumbass. They're not dumbasses. You're being the dumbass. Like,
hey, does anybody have any business questions? This is a business podcast, so does anybody have? Is anybody still listening? How do we know?
No, this is a bonus episode. We're not doing anything business related. It's time to talk about the Boundary Waters trip.
Hold on, I have a message from my listener. The text line is blown up.
You got a message on the text line.
Ben, your hair and beard looks really good today. What business do you go to in support to do that?
You're not. That's not a real question. No, it's just you making it look like you're looking at your phone and acting like you're reading something.
Oh, here's a business question. Cost. Cost. That's what I got. Cost. And I've ignored it.
Cost of what?
To make this. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it up here.
Here we go.
To make this. This is so bright. Ooh.
Boom. Oh, hey, whoa. That's a little tight. What's going on there? Oh, that's
a geyser. That's groundwater coming into a sewer pipe, and he's like, "Yeah, I need to stop doing that." I was like, "Yeah, you do."
I needed to stop. What's the cost?
Yeah,
as much as it takes to get it to fix it.
Yeah, no, that's a city. We'll just go do it for city prices. But
there you go.
But yeah, so do you think anybody's still listening? Let's get a sound off.
We have the most people watching right now that we've had all night.
How do I know?
I do. You don't.
Why?
Because I'm the man. Here's what I think is interesting. I've been like obsessing about this Boundary Waters trip. Justin Good says
yeah, there he is.
Yeah, it says Ben is losing all his hair. Saves a lot of money on haircuts.
It doesn't. You think it would? It doesn't save any money. Like I didn't get any discount.
So here's the deal. Probably 15 years ago. God, was I still in college? Maybe just post-college, which was about 15 years ago. I did the math on if a haircut is $20 and there's an 8% rate of return on money, and I'm going to have to get my haircut for the next like 50 or 60 years. That equation of like, what's that money worth was $200,000 over time invested at 8% every month, $20 every single month for like 50 years at 8%. Somebody could run that time value equation for me, but it was that moment when I decided I'm just going to cut my own hair. Been cutting my own hair ever since. And I will point out, like some people were like, "Oh, it takes you longer."
Cheap son of a bitch,
dude! $200,000. How is that cheap, man? How's that
Dan,
cheap?
Stop! I'm not listening to you.
$200,000.
If Angela smiles,
$200,000.
Angela smiles.
I bet I saved 20 minutes of haircut because I don't have to go anywhere.
Can we get this fucking post off here? I want to see if Angela's talking. Angela, I just friended you because. Oh wait, what did I say? She said I'm still here.
She says, "Go fuck yourself, Ben."
I just friended you, Angela, so that we can be friends because
that would be why you would friend somebody.
I want to make sure that you know. Yeah, Flo be looking at us.
James McClane.
I think you're a cool chick, and my harassment is meant in all goodwill or goodwill.
So yeah, hashtag co-host.
Dude, do you remember what was that show where the guy sat in like the back window and drank coffee or something like that?
There's the Caleb Presley show on Barstool Sports where the chubby dude just sits there and eats ice cream the entire show and like giggles.
I think it was a Tom Green show.
Oh, the Tom Green show was an interesting one. That's a throwback.
Yeah, this one.
Or are you going to share another thing here? You going to do another share?
Yeah. I want to be this. This is who I want to be in your life, Dan. Hold on.
Boy.
Let's share it.
Oh boy.
Let's share it. Present.
Let's hit it.
Share screen.
I'm ready to put it up on the screen. I'm ready when you share it. I'll
entire screen. Bam, bam, bam.
Send it.
Bam.
Here we go.
See this guy? See, is it working?
Oh yeah, that was totally on the.
I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy in your life.
Is he drinking coffee? Is he drinking coffee or like tequila?
I don't know.
Tom Green was a weird dude, man.
Dude, you gotta be memorable. That's what I go for. Not good looking or smart. So just be loud and weird.
Yeah,
fucking
go. Way to go.
It.
Sending it.
Send it. Yeah.
I wanna since it's an impromptu episode and a total BS episode, I do want to talk about our Boundary Waters trip. That is the thing I'm most excited about. I do have and I haven't talked about this on the show before, but I do like I'm trying to buy out my business partners.
Stop.
So that's the thing.
Hold on.
What?
Here's Angela is totally into me. She has accepted my friend's request.
Oh yeah, she totally is. She totally is.
Me and 3.7 thousand other people is who Angela is trying to bang. That's what it is.
I mean,
too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's probably not. She's dating Jared. She's dating Jared.
Well,
not Jared from Subway. Jared, like
too far, Dan. Too far.
What? Me too far? Me too.
Is she really? I like that dude. I only met him like once or twice. He's a good dude. Is she really?
Super good dude. Super good dude. Yeah.
I get it now. The power couple thing.
I don't actually. Let me take that back. I don't know if Jared is a good dude. I really like JC. I think JC is a super good dude. This Jared motherfucker that's trying to pretend to be like JC. I don't know. It's weird.
Okay, two things. One,
kind of a poser.
Dead serious. I think that's super cool. He's a super cool dude. I enjoyed meeting him. Number two, the blue checkmark thing. So you got to have your real name, and then you can't have your fucking I mean, what if I want to have different pronouns and shit?
You can't be Big Buck Killer Ben. You just got to be whatever's on your driver's license so it can be verified. And my driver's license is Daniel. And I'm like, ew, I think the blue check mark's not for me because I ain't Daniel.
And also, there's nobody trying to impersonate Big Buck Killer Ben. I mean, I just don't think so.
God, I mean, what a miserable impersonation.
They couldn't
That'd be really fun to impersonate you. That'd be super fun to impersonate you.
Okay, go. I already did my Dan. You do your Ben.
Hey, my name is Ben, and I
Get time for this shit.
I play board games, and I got this beard here that looks like a bunch of pubes on my face.
Check out my board game collection.
Check out my board games.
This is my board game table.
I do podcasts from my board game table, and I like to hunt and fish and buy the most expensive shit, and then decide to do something else the next week.
You know what I was thinking about? Speaking of doing podcasts, I don't do podcasts, Dan. Dan, I don't fucking care about your podcast. I care about you. That's why I'm here. No, you do care because you were like, "Hey, who can do the podcast? Got no guests, got no friends." And then I was like, "I guess I'll do it," because fucking Bobby didn't even say shit. Bobby was silent. And then it was me.
Bob? Come on, Bob.
And then it was me. And then it was I'm guessing that was what's his name?
Huh?
Bryce.
Yeah.
Was that Bryce? Yeah. I don't have Bryce's phone number. Bryce talked back at least. Bobby, bottom of the barrel of friendship.
That was Rob.
Oh.
That was Rob.
Good job, Rob. Good job, Rob.
I'm surprised Rob didn't jump on. I'm surprised Rob didn't jump on.
Bobby's dead to me.
No, Bob's just busy. I talked to Bob over the weekend. He's doing good. Bob's got the gout, and he's not loving that. But he did. That's Bob's news. I'm not going to talk about Bob's news. What I'm going to talk about is my news, which is we got a week and a half before our Boundary Waters trip, and like I said earlier, now kids get super excited for trips.
You're excited. You're ready.
I haven't been this excited for a trip in a long time. I think part of it is we're done with our busy season. I got a lot of shit going on in the business. I'm really looking forward to a break. I was actually on a podcast called Sling and Sauce, the Sling and Sauce podcast. I co-hosted that with my buddy Matt. Adam was out on vacation. Matt and I did an episode on taking vacations, and I was like, man, I just need a vacation. So I got a week and a half before our Boundary Waters trip. And literally it was like the perfect time to like record that podcast with Matt, because I was like, dude, I just need a vacation. Our busy season gets so busy. I got a lot of other business stuff going on. And so like the Boundary Waters, I take a good amount of vacations, like hunting and fishing trips, but none where literally the only thing that your phone does is it's a place where you download maps ahead of time.
Yep.
And then you're out. We're like Lac LaCroix, the campsites we're looking at are within a couple hundred yards of the Canadian border.
Yep.
We will have zero cell phone service for like a few hours of paddling and portaging, and that's the kind of vacation that I need.
Are you saying that Canada doesn't have cell phones? Were you being derogatory towards the Canadians?
I think Canada's great. I can't imagine the Mounties haul around a cell phone with them.
I bet they do.
Maybe a CB radio.
I am actually bringing my Starlink internet.
No, you're not.
You're in a generator. Fucking Honda 2200. Just back.
Clay's bringing his bug sprayer. Clay's bringing his like big ass like backpack powered bug sprayer. Tor will carry anything. If he believes it will increase our comfort. But I mean, we got like 8 hours of trekking to do between portages. We start our trip, and this now. This is it's not unique to business owners, but it is a thing that business owners are drawn to, is these types of vacations. I see, and I don't know if you've seen the thread on that Rich Ideas Lab. By the way, for all of you listeners who are checking this out live and catch this podcast, check out Cody Rich Ideas Lab. Go find Rich Ideas Lab. Throw in the comments. I'll invite you there. But if you are an outdoors person and you're a business owner, Cole actually invited me. I invited Ben. Clay, where the fuck you at? Clay didn't accept my invite. I don't know what the hell he's doing. But if you are a business owner and an outdoors person, you need to be in the Rich Ideas Lab group.
Yeah, I haven't dove into it enough, but yeah, it seems cool as shit.
It's the right type of people. It's a bunch of outdoorsy people that own businesses, so their perspective is so similar to ours. Ours meaning Ben and I and anybody else that's super outdoorsy like that. Like that outdoorsy stuff is like family, spiritual, like it encompasses everything to me, right? People always like to say, like, my priorities are God and my family and my business. I'm just like, okay, so like that's the outdoors right there. You just hit all three of them. Like anything outdoors is those three things.
Another shout out, the book. You didn't even tell me about it. You just told me you listened to it. The new, I don't know if it's new. The book by Steve Rinella. Steve Rinella. What's it called? Raising an Indoor Kid.
Outdoor kids in an inside world.
Yeah, I've been listening to that, dude. It's great. It's great, man. It's great.
Super good ideas for like getting your kids outside. He has an activity book too that we just pre-ordered. That is crayfish something blah blah blah. But it's like activities for your kids to like build slingshots out of sticks. Like like outdoor activities for them to not be sitting inside watching a TV. Super cool. I'm all about it. But
real quick.
Hit it.
Oh, catch a crayfish. Count the stars.
Catch a crayfish, count the stars. What did I say? I said crayfish.
You said crayfish.
Yeah.
I told you that I took all those kids fishing, right? Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, did I tell you about I told him about the line about from the book where he's like, I was like, I had 8 kids on the boat and we're trying to catch it, all of them in northern, and they're like, well, what's that guy doing over there? And I was like, there's 2 types of guys, there's 2 types of fishermen in the world. And they're like, well, who? And I was like, there's ones in your party, and they're like, the oldest kid is like 11. And I'm like, does everybody know what that means? And they're like, I was like, one's in our group. And they're like, okay. And I was like, so that's all of us. That's just our group of our boat.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And assholes. And all these kids are like, what? And they're like, that guy's an asshole? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, why? I was like, he's on our lake.
He ain't in this boat.
I was like, he's on our lake. And they're like, well, it's a big lake. And I'm like, nuh-uh. It's not big enough. And
I plan on trolling through.
Yeah, and I totally support their insight, but in that book, he talks about another book that wrote that, and I thought it was freaking hilarious because it is true. Like you might be just barreling down a river and come around a turn, and like there's two boats. They're taking up the trolling lane, the channel. You got to cut them.
This is a true story. This isn't.
You got to cut them.
This isn't their.
And then they get all. Whiny that you splash them with your wake at 50 miles per hour.
I guarantee.
Get out of the way.
I guarantee those assholes aren't listening to this podcast. And it went a little bit like this. There's about 8,000 boats in this one boat landing for opening of walleye fishing in a river that nobody should even keep fishing. Like, why are there so many people fishing that river in a river that?
That's why I fish it, because I just think the last few years there wasn't that many people.
Yeah, there's not thousands out of that landing, but there's over 100 boats out of that landing easily. Like, we got lucky that by the time we got there at like 8:00, somebody was already leaving. Right?
Yeah,
it was bonkers. And it's like that all day, and so it's a river system, right? And so if you're motoring, you got to go down the channel. Well, the channel is also where people are trying to fish. And so it's like damn near bumper boats, and we're motoring. We're not going your boat probably goes 50 miles an hour, Ben. We're going 25, 30.
That's probably like 30, 35 because that's where I got to be to like kind of plane.
Yeah, so if you haven't driven a boat before, if you have driven a boat before, you know this. If you haven't driven a boat before, the slower you go, the bigger wake you throw.
And here's the deal too, man. Like I'm newish to this boat. I've had it for like a year and a half, and it's a fancy 20-foot fiberglass heavy ass boat, dude. It looks like a bowling ball, and
it's a shiny ass bowling ball.
It is heavy, dude. And if I come through, so here's what happened. I come around a corner. We're trying to leave. We're done. There's too many people. It's not even fun anymore. We're fishing in spots that we shouldn't be fishing because we just want to be away from people. And I don't mind people doing stuff and like, hey, I picked the wrong spot. I should have went there. I won't go there again for opener ever again. But anyways, so I come around a corner going like 35. We're trying to get out of there. Me, Dan, and our buddy Aaron. And I come around a corner and there's two boats taking up the channel, and they're both trolling with planer boards, which make their boat even wider. And I couldn't
planer boards are a thing you hook to your line to get the line to push out from the side of the boat, spread you out.
So these boats are boats with planer boards. Each one is like 45, 50, probably 60 feet wide, and there is a 100-foot wide channel. So they got some planer boards in the shallow. The river right there is 300 feet wide, but there's 100 feet of spot that you should only be driving in without hitting a tree. And so I come around the corner and I got to decide what to do. I either kill it and I'm going to swap these boats out with my wake, or I'm going to just plane across and cut them and go.
I mean, your best bet is to go full speed through them so you don't wake them out. Now you may have thrown some water on them,
which is impressive. That's impressive, dude. Like, I know you guys were like defending me and be like, no, you did the right thing, dude. If I splashed that guy, which I thought I did, that means I was pretty close.
I wasn't looking back. He was in a spot that was susceptible to getting wet.
He shouldn't have been there, man.
I mean, like, he can be there, but he's just got to be ready for. I mean, he's
got to deal with your consequences.
1,000 boats. So
you literally made it so I couldn't drive through here at all, and it's not a no wake zone. You know what I mean? Like I was hauling ass, dude. Like we came around, I made the decision. Could I have stopped? Yes. Would it have swamped him out? Probably. Do I need to stop? No, man. Like I got sick of it.
I'm going down the channel. I'm going.
Yeah, you guys, you were trying to go around another guy that was going 1.5 and you're going 1.8. So you're like, I'm going to fucking pass him. No, dude.
Right now in between you guys.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Now, so I didn't see them pull lines, but we
kept going. I mean, we were going 35 miles per hour.
Yeah, I never looked back. I know they flicked us off. I thought it was more like traffic where somebody flicks you off and you never see them again. You're like, well, sorry, man. Like, you fucked up. I fucked up. Here we go.
Come back. The landing is busy. This is an important part of the story. The landing's busy. There's a guy that came in at the same time as we did. He is one dude trying to get it in, and he's got to hook his boat up and go get his truck. So we already dropped off one of our guys. So me and Dan are in the boat. Dan offers this guy out in the river to be like, hey, you want me to get your truck? Like, we're nice, helpful dudes.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, you want me to jump in your boat? I'll pull your boat up.
What do you need to do?
What do you need to do? How can we help you?
And he's like, you know what? I got it. These guys know I'm coming. I got it. So he's next in line, then we're next. And so
one of his problems was too, like, he was there for a while, but everybody else is dropping the dude off on the dock.
Yeah.
And then that dude can go get the truck and back it in. He's like sitting out there waiting like he's in line, but he can't.
Which is horrible because the boat can't be in line. Only trucks can be in line for the dock.
Yeah.
So and then when you dock to the boat,
like, you want me, so my thought was like he's stuck out here until he can go back up his trailer. But like Ben just said, like the truck and the trailer are the line, and he's stuck in the boat trying to get.
Yeah, he can't get his truck and trailer in line yet.
So my thought was like, let's help this homie out. Let's see if we can get his keys or whatever we got to do to get his truck backed in so that he can get his boat out.
But he's like, yeah, I got it. And it was we got there right when it was slowing down for a second. So we dock. Aaron backs the truck in. We get loaded up. That dude's right behind us getting his thing loaded up. And there's like a couple spots to load trucks. Mm-hmm. We pull out. And I look back at Dan. And I was like, is that the guy that we just drove through? And Dan's like, no. You remember that?
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way. Like, those guys were trolling the other direction. They had a bunch of lines out. Why would they have yanked lines to come in? Like,
think of how fucking mad those guys were, dude. Think of how mad they were to
they
reel
had
up.
To be that mad to be like behind us.
They reeled up their 4 lines with boards. No, dude, they were mad. They were, so I'm like, okay, and we're loaded up. I go to the porta potty, take a pee. And as I'm coming back, I'm walking like this towards the boat, like at an angle. And there's a guy coming from that boat, and he's like pacing me. And I have rain gear on that I didn't pull all the way up because it stopped raining. So I got like, I got bib rain gear around my ankles that I'm just going to take off when I get there. And I'm like stumbling. And I'm like, oh, this is the guy. He's coming towards us. And so like I'm trying to pace him at an angle so that, because like, let's be honest, between you, Aaron, and me, I don't know what the right words are. I'm the asshole. I'm the dick. I'm the fighter. I'm the guy that's
going to say, like, there's no way I'm getting in a fight. Aaron, right. I don't know well enough to know if he would get in a fight. Ben,
if I was losing,
are we gonna fucking fight or what? Like, you're
which
gonna be like,
literally did happen.
And I'm pretty sure that's the question you asked him. Like, okay, we're here. Like,
so this guy,
I'm ready to fight you. Are you ready?
I get back to the boat at the same time, and this guy gets out, and he's like, that was real fucking ballsy. I was like, what? Because I wasn't sure it was him. I was pretty sure, but I was like, okay. Like, and I'm not trying to be rude. And I didn't want to ruin that guy's day. I think it's hilarious that we did because he was an asshole about it. There's way different ways that you could have handled that. If you would have came over and be like, dude, you splashed me. That was scary. You fucking, I'd have been like, I'm sorry, dude. You know what I mean? That was fuck. You know, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
came around the corner and I was annoyed.
Chubby McChubberson came over, waddled over, and tried to tell you that you were wrong.
And I'm a piece of shit. He's like, you need to learn how to drive a boat. And I was like, I did great. And they're like, you fucking splashed me. I was like, I went between you two guys at fucking 40 miles per hour. I did, and we're all here. And he kept yelling at me about it. And I was like, I don't know, I did great. And I wasn't being like, fuck you. I was just like, I did great. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
We're all here.
I crushed it.
Safe. I nailed it.
Move on.
I split it.
I split it. And so the dude that we were gonna help with his boat is still loading up next to these guys, and there's 2 of them, and then there's an old man that like was tying down his boat next to us that was like we were nice to and helpful,
just hanging out laughing.
Yeah, and he's fucking laughing, and so this guy's like yelling at me, and I finally go, "What do you want?" He's just like, "You fucking assholes!" And I was like, "What do you want? Leave!" And he's like, "I fucking fuck you." And I was like, "Do you want to fight?" He goes, and then he turns around and leaves. I was like, "I don't know what else is left. Are we fighting or not? Like, let's do this. Like, are we to this point? What
are we gonna do?"
I can't say I'm not gonna say I'm sorry because I'm not really sorry. Especially with the reasoning why you were upset was because you think, like, if you like his upsetness was that I don't know how to drive a boat. I am still convinced that I did great.
You did great. You were a great driver. Just because you're driving fast doesn't mean you don't know how to drive.
Right.
If you go slow and hit them, you don't know how to drive. But if you go fast and miss them, I would say that's great driving.
Send it, dude. So he walks away.
There are no speed limits on waterways. Well, some do. Some do, but there ain't
like in wake zones and shit.
Yeah.
Like, but
this
not really,
zone,
not here.
You're in a channel of a river.
Like rivers are the spot that I think rivers are the one, like, because like, dude, those dudes on the St. Croix with the cigar boats will go like 100. Like, so the old guy, like the guy leaves, and the old guy's like, "What was that about?" I was like, "Yeah, I mean, he has some right to be upset because I did cut between him and whatnot." The old guy's like, "Yeah, but why is he so mad?" I'm like, "I don't know. Like he didn't have any reasoning. He was just mad." And that was like 30 minutes ago. So that's how mad this guy is.
Yeah, he followed us in to give us a piece of his mind.
Yeah, and then you went to the bath. I think you and Aaron went to the bathroom. I can't remember because
I think Aaron went, and then I went, and then I came back, and then then his buddy was.
Oh, well, in between that time is when the guy that we were being helpful to, he pulled up and he's like, "Whoa, those guys wouldn't even fucking talk to me. What'd you do to them?" And I was like, I told him the story. He's like, "They're so fucking mad." He was trying to talk to him.
He was on the dock next to them when they were loading up.
And they wouldn't even talk to this guy that has no relation to us. They were so mad. So then they pulled the boat out and they're like 140 feet behind us. And the one buddy gets out of the truck. And he's like, he got stuck. I just remember he gets out of the truck and he's like, he's like 40 feet away. I was like, I see you.
He was wider than he was tall. Like,
dude,
he was 100% Oompa Loompa, and he pulled his hat off on his chubby bald head. He was like, "I'm so mad. I'm so hot." Like you just read his. He's just.
What did I say to him? I was like, I see you. You're mad. I don't know what you want to do. I said something like that. I was just like, I don't know. Like, what now? Like, let's move on.
Oh,
like,
God,
where do we go? What do we do?
I enjoyed the fact whenever you have those altercations, and I think especially as you get older, like when you're younger, I think it rattles you a little bit more. You're just like, oh my God, I don't know what, did I do something wrong? When you get older, you're just like, man, I'm really glad we're here laughing about it, and those guys are still fuming and bitching to each other that we ruined their day. And you're just like, I'm glad.
Here's the deal.
And
I think you're using the wrong words, which is impressive for me to tell you that you're using the wrong words because I don't even know what the fuck word is. Okay. It's not older, dude, because those guys were older than us. It's experience, man. It has nothing to do with age. It's experience, and it's the things that matter, man. Like everybody's alive. Nobody's boat is ruined. Maybe you got wet. If you would have came over and be like, "Dude, you're a fucking asshole, dude. You fucking splashed me. I was scared out of my ass." Dude, that was you gotta fucking, you should have slowed down. I'd be like, I don't know, dude. I fucking don't know why you were cutting the channel. So to me, those guys are inexperienced people. They haven't had a lot of experiences in life. This was it. This was their experience of the year. They're gonna talk about this forever. Although here we are on a podcast talking about it, but
we're laughing about it and they're bitching.
And they want to like fucking murder me. Like if they knew who I was, they are the guy that cut off that listener earlier, or vice versa. They're the listener that got, whatever.
We got you.
They got a lot of feels in it, and it's not age, it's experience, and I'm going to relate it to board games, video games, whatever. And like age doesn't get you experience. Experience gets you experience. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a certain amount of time that you need to get certain amounts of experiences typically, but like that was not that, like if those dudes would have, I don't know, hindsight's 2020, right? But like, let's say the fucking three of us were trolling right there and some dude cut through there. I can't imagine a world where we would have fucking stopped doing what we're doing.
We would have flicked him off and then we would have laughed about it. Right? We'd have been like, man, that guy must have really had to pee.
Yeah, dude. Oh, one of the guys that used to work for me, he said the best thing. He said, when somebody come off in traffic, he said it. He'd be like, "Oh, that guy's in a hurry. That guy's in a hurry to get home and kiss his dad on the mouth." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, he's got to get home and kiss his dad on the mouth." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, he does." Like, so that's what that's what I would have said. Like in hindsight's 2020, I can't. There's just no chance we would have chased him down. I'm not gonna let that ruin, like not ruin, but like end our trip. Maybe it could have ruined our trip if we were already heading back. I would have talked shit to him at the boat landing. Maybe I could see that, but there's no way if we were planning to stay, we wouldn't have turned around.
No. No.
So like
it was super weird that they showed up behind us to give us that peace of mind. Mm-hmm. And like the fact, like they were so confrontational, and the minute you were like, so what's next? We gonna fight? He's like, okay, I'm out of here.
Because I just didn't know what else was next.
Like, oh shit! Like I barked up the wrong tree.
I just didn't know what was next. Like I was just like I've explained myself. If I said I'm sorry, is that gonna make you leave? I don't think so. Like have you ever yelled at people before? Because like I don't know what is next. Like is it? How do we end this, man? You know, like
yeah. I want you to know that I'm upset, and I'm hoping you feel bad about it.
I'm mad. You know, like
I'm taking my hat off because I'm really hot.
Dude, when that guy took his hat off, I was just like, what is this? Is this a TV show? It's fucking awesome.
I believe my reaction, and I was a spectator. This was a spectator sport. I believe my reaction was literally, oh, like oh, here we go. He's mad. He's got his hat off. Like I think I was announcing it. Like, oh, here we go.
Ben's in the left, hat guy's in the right.
Yeah, here we go. He's so mad. He took his hat off. He can't handle it.
That's fucking hilarious.
Now here's what I want to see. I don't, but I want to see, and I don't, this same situation play out in the Boundary Waters with canoes. Like I told you the story last year when we were coming out of God, I forget what the hell lake we were in last year. But we were in a lake and there's like one way out.
Hold on. Do the people know what Boundary Waters is? Did we explain that yet? I wasn't paying attention to you.
I don't think so. So for those that don't know what the Boundary Waters is, there's a whole shitload of lakes right on the edge of Minnesota and Canada. I mean, like hundreds,
lots, thousands.
And a lot are in non-motorized areas. Like you can't bring a motorboat into these areas, and a bunch of them are not accessible by roadway.
I would say 95% of them are like 99% probably are non-motored.
Yeah, and not accessible by roadway. So the only way to get to these lakes is you canoe, and then there's paths and portages that they've put in. And it's a non-developed area. There's no cabins. There's no nothing. Right? It's pure wilderness. But they have manicured it. There's trails, there's campsites with grates, there's spots to put up a tent. But they only, and like, you can't just go in there. You have to get a permit to go in there. They only give enough permits to fill like a portion of the campsites. So you paddle and then you portage. You have to empty all your gear. You got to carry your canoe. You got to carry all your gear across land to get to the next lake. And they have it all marked out, and you can download maps and mark it out. And so it's very much like paddling a whole bunch of gear, and we base camp. Ben's wife Emily goes up there with friends. Big buck killer Ben sharing a screen.
My wife goes in there with like 6 girls, which I'm hoping to run into
with a book and a pair of underwear. I'm pretty sure she goes in there with a book and a pair of underwear.
This chick can't carry all the groceries in at one time, but she can carry a canoe and fucking 80 pounds of shit and a bunch of other shit all at one time. And I'm just like, who's that? Who's that lady?
I bet our bag full of booze weighs more than all the shit they bring in. Like we got stuff.
They are badasses. So here's what it is. I'm just trying to get it pulled up here. So get this shit out here. This is the Boundary Waters.
Lake. Yeah, but we should do the Moose Lake entry point. We should show where we're actually going.
Which one is that? What number?
20 something or other. Probably left up by Lac LaCroix. Somewhere up in there.
Whatever. So you can see all this. This is all the Boundary Waters. These are campsites and shit. The numbers that you see in the brown are entry points.
Yeah,
those are where you go in.
To get to the rest of those, like that's where you start. And there's lakes all the way through there. And so to get in there, yeah, we're up and left.
We're going in entry point 16.
16.
That's where we're going.
We're going in 16. Through the Moose River up to Agnes, up to Lac LaCroix. But it's like 8 hours for us to get in between paddling and portaging. We have a portage to start.
Here we go.
We got I think it's
yellow is a portage. What a portage means, you carry your shit because you're fucking canoeing on land.
Yeah, you can't canoe on land, so you got to carry all your shit. We start with a 900-yard portage. It's over a half mile portage.
900 rod.
900 rod?
I don't know how many rods it is. Hold on.
I don't think it's 900 rods. I think it's 900 yards.
That tracks to 3,000 feet.
Okay, so 900 yards.
And so then, like, you canoe, then you portage, then you canoe and you portage, and then you canoe. Oh shit! I tried to zoom out. And right, so the red things are campsites. These are first come, first serve. 2, that's a junk campsite. Right?
Junk campsite. Yeah, on the website that Ben's looking at, for those that are catching the podcast later, there's a bunch of dots. The red spots that they show are the campsites, and they actually rate them as far as like how good of campsites they are. So when you go, you can come back on this BWCA, Boundary Waters Canoe Area, is what BWCA stands for. And you can rate the campsite. Where we're going, there's a lot of 4 and 5, 5 being the highest.
Yeah, we're going up here, right? This is where we're trying to get to, Daniel?
Yep, that's the spot.
Yeah, so we're going to canoe in. We are doing what's called like base camp. We're canoeing in hard day 1 and day last.
We bring a lot of shit. We bring 2 tarps that can cover an entire campsite, so we can literally have a fire underneath like a house of tarps, so that we're in there, we're setting up, we're sleeping there, we're living there. We got 4 days there, and we're going in heavy is what we call it, but we're not moving. Once we're there, we're there.
Oops, look, that's creepy. Mm-hmm. I just shared the fact that I got Angela's thing to pull up.
Angela, you're a friend of Angela's now, so Angela doesn't have to worry about that now.
So we're base camping, which I'm gonna bring Angela into this in a second. We're base camp. We're gonna get a campsite, and then we're gonna do day trips to fish, to do dumb shit, to do naked skinny dipping with a bunch of dudes.
Dude, when you go up there towards the top of your map, if you go like up around, there's a bunch of campsites where like cradles in left, right where your mouse is. That is like lake or heaven in there. We're gonna slay so many lake trout in there. We're gonna slay so many lake trout.
Slay him.
Yeah.
So it's a great time. It's like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's great. I want to plug my wife again. Like I don't say it enough. She's such a badass when she goes to these Boundary Waters trips. Like she's so cool. And she goes with her friend Karin. Here we go. We're just randomly plugging Karin. And I want to promote this. Oh, did you see that? Look at this. I forgot about this group that I made. Karin versus Ben. She always tries to compete with me. R is better at throwing grapes into mouths. I don't know.
You were drunk when you posted that one.
Yeah, we tried to make a group where it decided who's better at doing things. Karin's badass. Karin is like she owns a garage. We should have fucking Karin on this podcast.
Let's do it.
Interesting. Her and her brother are taking over her dad's business is a garage door company. Here's her husband, Jeremy. You can see he's sweaty as fuck because he's a bitch, and he's not sweaty, and she's not sweaty because she's a badass.
Do you know that has like and the son of a bitch rides in the front, like the person in charge is in the back of the canoe, so clearly she's in charge.
She is a pants wearer. Jeremy is just the
but the funny thing is she's wearing short shorts in that picture. So but she's
there's invisible pants. This got to be an old picture because it's an aluminum canoe. So Karin is awesome. Here's my wife. Oh my God, this is like way long ago. There's my wife. Oh, that's not a good picture. Sorry, love. But Karin has a little company type thing. It's not I would damn near call it it's for a negative profit, not even a not for profit. She has a thing called Take a Canoe is what her little thing's called. And she takes chicks into the Boundary Waters. So usually she goes on. My wife goes about 3 times a year in the summer, and one of them is like just her and her girl, like the girls, like the 6 girls. Typically, they always go every year for the last like 10, 15, 20 years. Wow, fucking know. And then my wife will kind of chaperone on some of the bigger trips that Karin has, where she takes chicks into the Boundary Waters and teaches them how to like. Hey, you can do shit. You know, you can go to the Boundary Waters. Imagine if you're a bunch of dudes in the Boundary Waters, you come across a group of 6 girls. There's just no way that I'm not going to fucking like harass you and like try to be friends with you. But it is just super cool, and I super support what they're doing. So if any of the ladies are looking to get out, she's a business owner. My wife's a business owner. There's some value there. They have a great time, and they're super cool people. So if you want to experience something like this, like I can connect you. You know what I mean? I'd love to connect you to Karin. She charges you for like the food and the fucking. I guarantee she's paying to do this. I would guarantee.
She's losing money on the deal.
I guarantee.
Angela
like,
chimed in, says, "I'm still here." LOL. Angela,
why?
Seeing you stalking her. Because we're awesome, man. She said, "Don't get yourself kicked off of Facebook again with those words." Did I say something that would have got me kicked off of Facebook?
Did I?
I wasn't.
I've never been kicked off Facebook.
I got kicked off of Facebook. I got in Facebook purgatory. But Justin Good said, "Bro, you just said that," and so I'm kind of wondering, like, which one of us said something? Angela and Justin, elaborate on what you heard. I feel like
somebody give us some, or don't.
Feel like we've been
maybe it's a protected species.
Could be a protected species. But here's like an observation I have.
We should have Justin on here. Justin's a business owner. He's like one of my childhood good friends. We sold a Bobcat together and other things like that. But
Justin was with you when you stole that Bobcat?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. We should have him on. Angela says, slay. So she was totally calling me out because that was why I got put in Facebook purgatory, was because I said, slayed him. Now it's time to slice him.
Wait, stop. You got what? I don't know about this.
You didn't know that I got put in Facebook purgatory for 30 days?
No.
Oh, during ice fishing season, I had JC Chanowski, not to be confused with Jared Chanowski.
Which is a bitch.
Back when he was JC Chanowski, a bunch of people, JC included, said, hey, dude, like, I know you go ice fishing and hunting and all this stuff. Like, why don't you make some of the content around that? Like, it's super interesting.
Yeah, I remember when you were, like, doing shit. I remember that.
Yeah, so I was in the fish cleaning room at Westwind. We slayed him. So I was in the fish cleaning room, and my video title was "Slayed him. Now it's time to slice him." And so I went live on Facebook from the fish cleaning room, like with the electric fillet knife, just cleaning walleyes. What happens when you go live directly on Facebook, though, is it makes your video post, and it also just makes like a straight up post. And you need to go back and like delete that straight up post. Facebook saw that post without the video and was like, slayed him, now it's time to slice him. Those were some trigger words, and they put me in Facebook purgatory where I was not allowed to go live for 30 days. And so on this show, I had to use, I didn't go live on Facebook. I would just go live on YouTube. And when I did go live, I had to use Jairus's Facebook. He let me do it.
Are you kidding me, man? Dude, it's a weird world. I don't know. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it anymore. It's just, everybody knows what it is. It's just,
I was going to say, I don't have a love-hate relationship with it. I have that without the love.
Yeah, it's just like
I have like a put up with it and hate it. A put up with it and hate it type of relationship.
It's garbage.
Justin Good did chime in and said, allegedly, referring to the Bobcat situation.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the dude that might have shot a snapping turtle in the pond.
Oh, yeah, allegedly a guy.
Dude, I came home Monday and my pond was all like brown and frothy because there's probably the dead snapping turtle that somebody might have shot at.
I mean, the snapping turtle was probably down there digging in the mud, frothing it up.
I'm gonna try to drag the pond and see if I get his shell and mount it.
Get him. But I'm so excited for this Boundary Waters trip, and I think.
What the fuck do you mean allegedly? You fucking told him that we did it. It's over. It's not allegedly.
It's not alleged anymore. You confessed. It's no longer.
Yeah, it's done. We're done. It's over. We all confessed. We're done.
One thing that I think is cool about the Boundary Waters trip, and it's an observation I have about just business owners in general, because most of our listening audience is we get ourselves into situations that are uncomfortable. We crave the uncomfortable a lot of times. And so
stop. Angela, do you find me or JC more attractive? Continue.
I just can't deal with these sometimes. No, I can. I love it.
You can.
I'd love it.
Remember that time I was running around Nashville?
Yeah, I do remember that time you were running around Nashville.
That was a low point of our friendship.
Unlike at the boat landing where I didn't have to get you out of a fight because the guy didn't engage, in Nashville I did have to get you out of a fight.
That guy grabbed my private parts. I thought it was so awesome.
That he did, or that you were going to
power move, dude. That was a power move, dude. That was sweet. Continue. Boundary waters.
So this is just an observation of mine, but I feel like boundary waters trips, Western hunts, these like outdoorsy endeavors are really consistent in like the propensity to crave them is very much, it lends towards something that business owners would do.
That is weird, dude.
We live in like a really hard world where people don't understand what we're up to, and we have a lot of shit to overcome, and it's super rewarding, right? Like business ownership is not for the faint of heart. It's stressful, full of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of people dependent on us, a lot of risks. And we're used to living in that world. And like, this isn't a comparison at all, but it's a observation, which is when veterans come back from like serving overseas, like they need a thing. And I'm not a veteran, so this is just me from hearing from other veterans, but they need a thing that challenges them, that puts them in stressful situations. And a lot of them turn to like archery or hunting because it's a weaponized thing, but it's a skill set. It's a discipline. It's like they need this outlet, right? And I think business owners need this outlet to do these like hard trips, right? Like going on a boundary waters trip is not like, yeah, it's vacation, but like you ain't going and like sitting at an all-inclusive resort. You're carrying in dried food. You're counting on catching fish, filleting it and frying it over an open flame.
Dude,
you're hauling in your booze. Nobody's bringing you your booze. You got to haul it in 8 hours.
Dude, Karn makes like fucking 4-course meals when they go with these girls. Dude, they like Emily's like, we ate so great. And she tells me this shit. I'm like, the fuck.
I am planning on hauling in some frozen back straps because they'll thaw out on the way in. I will bring a little cooler.
Continue, rant on, brother.
Dude. So we'll cook well. But I mean, like we'll catch so many fish. We'll be fish frying. That was Clay. Clay sent us the picture of like all the dudes that came out, and here's what they caught. And I'm like, who's bringing fish out of the boundary waters?
Yeah, that was weird to me too. I was like,
leave them in there. Eat what eat. Keep what you're gonna eat and eat it, and then like don't bring shit out of there. Leave it. It's the boundary waters. Leave it there. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing now, Ben? You got a screen share thing going here?
No, but me and Charlie is yep, here it is.
You want me to
I'm gonna drop this. Nope. Yeah. Speaking of catching a fish, this fucking me and Charlie went to Charlie's my almost 9-year-old, a couple days.
Yeah.
He's sweet. We got haircuts today on the way home. He's cool kid in school, man. He mows the lawn of there's a shop about a mile from the school that like they do all this cool stuff with like fancy cars, Teslas and Ferraris. They tint them and wrap them. And this fucking kid, my kid gets to mow their lawn for $30 a fucking week. My kid's dude. This is the first week that I let him do it completely by himself. This is the shop right next to my shop. I just let him ride the mower. This kid, I would bet with how many times he went back and forth, he could have mowed the lawn 6 times because he just like he missed it. And he's like going, I mean, you've seen how big their lot is, dude. There's not that much grass. You just go like this. He's like going like this and like this.
He golf coursed it. He was worried. He wanted the 2 different angles.
He's got all the angles. It's all it's like one of those graphs that you talk about with
Because like when you trim your beard or like you wouldn't know this because you're stupid and you pay somebody else to cut your hair. But if you cut your own hair, you got to go this way and you got to come the other way because some hair is laying this way and some hair is laying that way. And that was how he mowed the lawn. He like got the grass that was laying this way and they came back to get the grass that was laying that way. And then he went this way and they came this way. You got to get all the angles of which way the grass might be laying.
We had a good day. He mows the lawn, gets us $30, and he's just like, I got $60 in like 3 weeks. I'm like, fuck yeah, you do, dude. And so he's got his cash, and then we went and got our hair cut at Sports Clips, and then we picked up some dirt. But when we get checked in the sports clips, there's still some time to go, so we ran over to Jimmy John's. And let me hit this share screen. I'm gonna share this.
Let's see it.
Oh, you can just share my screen. That's some creepy ass.
No,
shit.
you were already sharing it. I just added it to the stream.
I don't like it. I found this by just Googling this. I'm gonna share this. I literally took the same picture. This is up on here, and what it is, I'm gonna sum it up. It's some American investment banker was in a Mexican village, and this Mexican guy that came in with all this tuna was like, came in on his boat, and the Mexican guy or the American was like, "Dude, how'd you catch those fish?" He's like, "I was just out there for a little bit." The American was like, "Why don't you spend more time fishing?" Mexican guy was like, "I sleep late, fish a little," or he's like, "What else do you do?" He's like, "I sleep late, I fish a little, I play with my children, take siestas with my wife Maria, stroll into the village each evening where I sip wine and play guitar with my amigos. I have a full and busy life." American scoffed, and he's got an MBA. You should fish more, do all the buy a bigger boat.
He's got a Harvard MBA. The American has a Harvard MBA.
Harvard. Grow the boat, move from Mexico to LA, then eventually New York, where you have an enterprise, you make all this money. Mexican asked, "But how long will this take?" 15 to 20 years. But then what? American laughed and said, "That's the best part. When the time is right, you would announce an IPO and sell your company stocks to the public and become very rich. You'd make millions." "Millions?" asked the fisherman. "Then what?" America said, "Then you'd retire, move to a small coastal village where you would sleep late, fish a little, play with your kids, take siestas with your wife, stroll in the village." It's just like, holy shit. Like, I about fucking texted Emily and said, "Are we moving to Mexico? Are we moving to Mexico? How do I send this? How do I share this, dude?"
I don't know. I'm gonna remove it from the stream. I do think that's a good point, because I think especially as entrepreneurs, we get so obsessed with our business that we forget what actually matters.
Right? Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. All you need is enough. You don't need everything. You need enough to go hunting and fishing and hanging out with the family.
And there's multiple things inside that little story. If you Google Jimmy John's fucking fishing story, you'll probably see it. It's one of his signs. Like, not only is the whole story an analogy, like the fact that like the American was like, "Why don't you get more fish?" He's like, "I got enough." Yeah. Like
back to Clay's buddies that had a whole shitload of fish that were carrying out of the boundary waters. It's like, what the fuck are you bringing fish out of the boundary waters for?
Like, I don't even think they could be good still.
No. Like,
and the amount of fish that are in that photo,
drag those around for.
Yeah.
And then you're probably from the Twin Cities, so you got a 5-hour drive back. Like, yeah, you might go throw them on ice, but like, just eat them or release them.
Yeah.
You'll notice we'll have a hard time with Tor with that. Tor will want to keep everything. No matter what you catch, he's like, "We eating that." I'm like, "Dude, we got 6 fish."
Or if you're watching, I just want you to know that I'm going to do everything I can to not challenge your. Me and Aaron have talked about it. As long as me and Tor don't challenge each other on who can be more fucking obnoxious, we should have a great time.
No offense, Ben, but Tor's gonna, like, you don't need to challenge him. You're just gonna be like, "Yeah, man, that's your role. You're the loud naked guy. That's just Tor."
I don't know. I can be naked too.
I don't think he would mind if you challenged him, and I think that's where you would like think you were challenging him. It's like this. It's like this.
That just sounds scary. There's gonna be 2 naked guys dead in the boundary waters by the time this trip's over.
I had a buddy. I've had a buddy that's been on this podcast twice, maybe 3 times. We were in college together. Do
you like him more or less than me?
Some of our buddies said,
"You like him more than less than me?"
That's not a fair comparison. I hang out with you a shitload more.
Choose.
If he lived close to us.
Choose. Right now.
No.
With all the factors.
That's
choose.
Fuck you.
He's fucking dead to me. Dead to you. I mean.
Homie, don't play that. But no, like he. I don't know. I wasn't there for this. I've heard the story secondhand. But like, we had some buddies in college that were very loud and like in your face. Loud in your face guys picked a fight with some other loud in your face guys. My buddy, that's not the loud in your face guy, but he can be the loud in your face guy, but he's more likely to like point out the hilarity like you did at the boat landing. Like, he's more likely to approach it the way you approach that. but he would approach it naked because who's going to fight a naked guy, right? Like no other dude is going to fight a naked dude because that's weird. And so this fight broke out, and he ran out of the house ass naked to make sure that the fight didn't happen. Because his bet was that these assholes, like the white t-shirt wearing, like little cock sideways hat wearing, homies, like big wannabe players weren't gonna fight a naked dude, and he was right.
There is
affliction t-shirt. The affliction wearing homies.
God,
the
dude,
affliction t-shirt wearing homies decided not to fight the naked dude.
That was such a bad phase.
It was those guys.
Do you remember Hey Arnold?
The comic, like the
cartoon
show? Yeah,
dude. There was an episode when we were kids where Hey Arnold was gonna have to fight that guy with the tooth that's like the bully, and and he did this, and it's something that stuck with me. He became the crazy person. He's like, I'm just being crazy. And I don't remember what happened in it, but like he was like I'm crazy, and like the whole scene was about him being crazy, and then the dude was like, I don't want to fight a crazy person.
No, this guy's real crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, whoever's the craziest person usually wins a fight. I've been in lots of fights, and I promise you that is true.
Mm-hmm.
In winning, winning is subjective, right? We all know that as business owners. I'm gonna categorize winning a fight or winning anything as if you walk away and you felt like you win, then you win. I don't give a fuck if the other guy thinks he won. Like, if you think you won truly, then you won.
Like at the boat landing, I feel like we all agree we won. I don't know what those guys think.
I don't know what they think either, but
I think
they probably feel like they won.
They know they lost. I think they know.
I think that they know they lost, but when they tell the story, they're like, "We fucking went over and yelled at those guys and told them they've put them in their place," and it's like, that nobody cared about you.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I want to get into a fight at a Boundary Waters boat landing and just see how it plays out with canoes, and I think that'll be really funny.
After the fight, you're like, all right, well, are you gonna pour this first? I guess.
So I was getting to this. And I didn't tell the story of it, but one of our hacks, one of our Boundary Waters hacks is we bring kayak paddles in our canoes.
Yep.
Because a kayak paddle, it's easier. You get way more strokes like per time, sequence, like per minute.
You got to focus on those key performance indicators.
Yeah, you got the KPI. So you get way more strokes with kayak paddles. You look like an asshole, and you are, because you will beat everybody. You don't need to be in better shape. You don't need to be stronger. You can be way more weighed down. We had guys that were like behind us that were trying to like race us, and through the next lake or whatever. And as we were coming back, now we go heavy, right? So as they were like landing, we were coming back for our second trip at a portage. They were just landing, and they were like, how the hell? Oh, like it's the kayak paddles, right? But that was it wasn't a fight. It wasn't a showdown, but it was like the ultimate, like, fucking A, guys. Like, you showed us something, right? I bet we were going 15 to 20% faster. I don't know, but I bet with kayak paddles in a canoe with two dudes with kayak paddles, like you got 4 paddles compared to 2 paddles. And it's not a purist thing, but we're not purists. We're going in heavy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. A purist would use canoe paddles.
Yeah.
Canoe paddles.
Let me hit the last couple points here. Justin Good says, speaking of grabbing private parts, Boundary Waters, continue. I felt like we continue that. Angela said, I'm still here. And Jared Chanowski wins my votes for everything every day. That was Ben, you asking who she, thought was better.
That's probably not what that answer was for. That was probably something else.
No, I'm pretty sure that was it. But it was weird because she said Jared Chanowski, and I'm pretty sure you said JC, which I don't know if they're twins or if it's like an alter ego sort of thing.
So she's in love with 2 men.
And then generic Facebook user said, say less. And that generic Facebook user was Cole. It's Cole Sycophus.
It was Clay that said that he said he tuned in and tuned out. So, Cole?
No, that was Cole. That was Cole that tuned in and tuned out. But
so he's a liar.
He clearly didn't.
So he's a liar.
Full of shit.
He's a liar.
Yeah.
A liar and a cheat. And
I don't know
piece
if
of
he's
shit.
A cheat. I don't know if he's a cheat. We don't have evidence of that. He hasn't put weights in them fish. Might put weights in those fish.
Well, we're just eating them. We're not like in a tournament.
Okay. We'll see. With 3 canoes, it might start to get competitive. I got some new dipsy divers on order, so I'm ready to go. Be
the only dipsy diver is going to be my 96. I don't know. That's bad.
Yeah, you were just like trying to find a time to weave in a 96 joke.
I was, dude, and it was so bad. I just regret it.
It's really a fart joke, and you went dipsy diver, which is more of a penis thing. I think is.
I know. I was trying to keep it more PG-13, and like if this wasn't live, I would definitely be like one of those guys that's like, can we rewind that? Oh, it's live. Okay.
Somebody cut that out. I mean, it's live, but most people will catch the podcast later. So if you want Jairus to edit something, just tell him now. Then it's like the people that are watching live will get a sneak peek at how the process goes that Jairus would edit later.
Jairus, what's Dan pay you? I'll pay you more to just make all the podcasts make me seem smarter than Dan.
I thought I told you that we've had requests to have you on the show more, Ben. We've had
that's not the same as me being smarter than you. There's 2 different things.
But that's still like an obscure judgment. Still an obscure judgment. All right, we just gotta go to bed. It's time for bed. Time for bed. We're gonna wrap her up.
Angela, will you be thinking of me, Jared, or JC? Will you sleep tonight?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Or Dan. Maybe it's Dan. Maybe it's fucking Dan.
Hey, Ben, here you go. Jairus says, yeah, Ben, I'm here.
Why the fuck are these people watching this?
Well, for Jairus, it's like 10:30 in the morning. And he can either watch it later or he can watch it now. He's already probably taking notes about like, cut that shit out.
Take 39% of what happened here out and then put 50% of Dan in.
Make a hell of an episode.
No, I appreciate you guys.
We've been talking for almost 2 hours. We must have talked about a lot of good stuff.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Angela chiming in says, also next time, it would be easier if you just let me in the StreamYard with all of you to contribute.
Look, girl, I'll let you in my StreamYard whenever you want. That was good, right, Dan?
Yeah, that was perfectly inappropriate. Thanks, Ben. Solid.
Actually,
Angela,
before we end this, Dan, we should do a podcast with me, you, and Emily and Marty.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Much fun.
Emily texted me tonight and said, hey, Ben's in the shower. He'll jump on the podcast when he's out. And I was like, so you jumping on? And she was like, immediately no. And I was like, what does that mean? I was like, what does that even mean?
Nope.
Yeah, I think we should do that, but then we should also do another episode with Jess and Aaron too. That'd be
yeah.
That'd be a fun.
We could bring some outside perspective. And actually, Aaron has some interesting perspective because I bet a lot of people have people like Aaron in their life that are business owners. Because Aaron is one of my best friends. I spent a lot of time with him. He is not a business owner. He is a worker bee guy.
But he's a super sharp dude. Like he thinks critically about how the
he does. Works. He does. And I had a very so Aaron just got a new job. He's a sharp dude, like Dan said. He didn't even, and honestly, I think some of what the conversations that I spoke to him about drove him to realize his value more, because he was having a problem with me sharing the struggles that I had with my business with employees and telling him how much these people were making. And he's like, what the fuck? These people are making this much and this is their responsibility. It's like, if Aaron said, hey, I want to work here, I'd hire him, but like, it's not going to be good for our friendship. And so like, It's not. So he's smart enough to be like, I'm not going to do that. And so he's stuck between the spot where he's like, these people are taking advantage of you, and I want to help you, but I also don't want to work there because I don't want to be a problem, but I also want to make as much money as these people are making.
But you're telling me these people are doing shit that I could do in my sleep, and they're making $50,000 more than I am. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, dude. And so like he finally said, look, I want to be your friend. I want to help you through these things, but can you please stop telling me how much they make? And I said, fucking A, that sucks. Not that it sucks that he doesn't want to hear, but like that's the world we live. Like that. You know what I mean? Like that. Like he didn't understand. Like nothing against Aaron. Like I get what he's saying, totally. Yeah. But against the fucking people that I was talking about, it's like these people are so fucking lucky that I don't want to use those words.
Lucky's not the right word, but like they don't realize how fortunate they are.
The opportunity that they have in front of them is so much greater than what they see it as because they're in it. Mm-hmm. And Aaron is out of it and sees the opportunity that these fucking idiots had. And I don't want to say idiots, whatever. I'm a little drunk and whatever, but you know, like everybody deals with these problems with business.
But I mean, like I think when you say idiots, you're referring to people that don't work for you anymore. Like they blew a chance to work for an amazing company, make really good money, and they took it for granted, and like, and they fucked up.
Yep.
And then Aaron's looking at it like, wait, like you hired this person, and I could have done a way better job at that job. Like I'm overqualified.
Way
for that
better.
Job.
So
overqualified for that, and I'm making less money than what they were making doing a shitty job.
He is literally being hurt by the fact that he's my friend because he's not going to apply for that job, and. You know, and so like it was weird. So he's got some interesting perspective where, you know, like maybe that's the thing. Like, we'd have to talk to him about it, honestly, Dan, and be like, hey, do you want to come on as like and talk about that experience?
Now, like regardless of that experience, one thing I've been debating if we should do or not is, do we want to record a podcast while we're in the Boundary Waters? Like just record it on a phone?
Yeah,
that'd be kind of interesting. Like, I mean. It'd be a great like rain day. If we get a rain day and we're just sitting under the tarp drinking cocktails and we're pretty tuned up, that'd be kind of fun to record a podcast with that group of 6.
Yeah, dude.
We'll see.
I mean, literally
no promises. No promises.
4 of us are. What does Torg do?
Tor ran a like solar company for a while. He owned part of it. He sold, or it sold. And now I don't remember what the hell he does. But we'll find out. It's not hard to get information out of Tor. Mm-hmm. You hardly need to ask.
Mm-hmm. That's why he's
I missed that guy. He didn't come last year, and it was such a bummer. It was such a drag not having his his obnoxiously positive attitude. Obnoxiously positive. It's great. It's overwhelming. I love it. And his techno music. He rides in the front of my canoe and he just blares. And I don't like techno music, but I like it when I'm with Tor.
There you go.
That and some peanut butter whiskey. We always got to have peanut butter whiskey in the canoe. You got to have a sip.
I'll peanut butter your whiskey.
That's cool. All right, let's end it on that. Ben's going to peanut butter my whiskey. Business nerds, you guys know what to do. Work harder and smarter, or smarter and harder. In no particular order, but go earn yourself some pride. Ben, thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, anytime. I have a sign-off.
Just for you, and you and I do an episode together?
Yeah, I want to have my own sign-off. At one point, I started going down this trail of like, if I'm going to be the co-host, so I thought about this in the shower. If I'm going to be the co-host guy that comes in here and like everybody's requesting me because I'm the best. But
look at that grin on his face. Look at that grin. Oh, he's here.
As the best. You know, like it's like, is this a monetary thing for me? No. I do this for. I'm pointing at you. You are you? Oh.
Yeah, I'm that way on my screen. Yeah, there. I am.
You.
Yeah.
You. I'm doing this not for monetary gain, Dan, but for your fucking friendship.
Is it worth
it?
I
love it.
Is it
yeah,
worth
dude.
It? Fuck
yeah. But to be clear, there's not enough room for other people, for Dan's true friends, and I will fucking fight you
If you show up at a boat landing or a canoe portage landing, Ben will beat the shit out of you.
Or like, I've thought about it. Like when you're like, hey, you should come to this fucking thing with me. I'm like these conventions that you have nothing to do with me. I was like, what would I do? I'd be like, oh, I just hang out with Dan. And I thought about it. I was like, but what if all these other dudes are trying to hang out with Dan? Do I gotta fight him? They gotta be like, no, this is my man. Like I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
You would get strangely protective, and I'd be like, no, like, Ben, like it's fine. I can talk to people.
I know these guys. Like we're friends. I'm like, well, what are we doing next? He's like, oh, we're just hanging out. I was like, no, we are hanging.
I think we gotta fight these guys.
We're going back to the Airbnb. And we're playing board games.
There's only one option.
I got my sign off. Ready? Stop. Shh.
Hit it.
Shh. I was gonna say it, and then I don't want to be connected to it anymore. Here's what my sign off was gonna be, and this speaks volumes to the person I am.
Hold on, stop. Jairus said before we sign off. Jairus said that's literally what I'm doing. When I said like probably watching and like taking his time notes. He said I'm just really excited for another episode of Smith Outdoors featuring deers and beers. Smith Outdoors.
Oh, Smith Outdoors is our new name. It's no longer
Outdoodsman's. No, it's Outdoodsman's. It's Outdoodsman's.
No, it's Smith Outdoors.
Do it. You said do it.
You are the bottom out of our dues card. Outdoors channel.
Outdoors. Jairus says record it. Do it like Starsky and Hutch with.
Where the fuck is Jairus from?
The Philippines, man.
Does he have anything that needs to be killed?
No more space. There's no more space for Dan's new friends. I'll fight you. He's my friend. # Big Buck Killer Ben.
Wait, are you quoting me or are you supporting me?
I think he's quoting you.
And supporting me?
I think so.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
Jairus, do you have anything that needs to be killed and eaten out there in the Philippines? Do you have deer or like fucking
fishing is freaking awesome. They got a lot of large animals. They got a lot of water.
Okay, so I want to speak volumes to the man that I am. Not even the man, the person that I am. My sign off was going to be my sign off was going to be acquire currency, disregard women. Which is code
that would
for
be a good one for you.
Which is code for disregard women, acquire currency, which is code for fuck bitches, make money. But you know what? I want to say acquire currency, regard women and men, regard people.
Okay. So what's your translation of that? Make money and respect humans.
Yeah.
Instead of fuck bitches. Respect humans, make money.
Fuck humans, make money. That's what I want to do. It's me.
It just depends on how you're using that F word.
Sexually.
Jairus did to finish this off here, just so you're aware, said, I'm quoting you to tie you back to the last one. Said, I would like to be Dan's friend as well. No deer, just fish and chicken. And Ben's really good at growing ducks, Jairus. So like he'd probably be down on the chicken. And I think he has a really shiny boat. Ben, I don't know how you get your boat over the Philippines. I'm guessing we would
fucking drive it, dude. We drive it.
We just send it over there. We figure out where the weather's good, and we just cross the Pacific. I think we'd go Pacific. I think we'd go down. We'd drag it down to like Florida, head across the Gulf, Panama Canal, just Pacific Ocean, full send. Am I right?
I'm looking.
I'm pretty sure. You have to look at a map to figure this out. I'm pretty sure Atlantic would be a pain in the ass because you'd have to go like all the way down around Africa. I think you could probably get through like the Mediterranean and the Red Sea. There's probably like locks through there.
Holy fuck, dude. It's like, it's not, I don't know. I just thought it was Central America. This motherfucker lives over by Australia and shit, dude.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite side of the world. Like the exact opposite.
We're gonna have to go from California. We're gonna have to make a pit stop in my 20-foot boat in Hawaii to refuel. And then we're gonna have to send it.
I think we isn't the Galapagos Islands like somewhere off of Central America? They probably like we can probably get a bunch of turtles to refuel the boat for us.
We're not making it, dude. We need a sailboat.
They turn into oil, right? If you leave
brown algae, they turn into brown algae.
You know from experience. So maybe. That's what I'm saying. Like I think we go Florida, Panama Canal, then we're a lot lower because we got to get Southern Hemisphere now. Hawaii's not going to do us a whole lot of good. California and Hawaii, we still got to get.
Nah, man, I'm looking at a map, dude. It's not good. We should just not do this. Like, here's the best thing that we could do. We could go to Alaska.
Jairus says he wants to be in the boat, and he says definitely across the Pacific. But I'm thinking,
I think we go to Alaska and cruise along Russia's border, like Russian.
I bet Russia and China would love us.
And then we cruise down along Japan. We go between Japan and South Korea. And we just
you think we make a quick pit stop in North Korea? Should we make a quick pit stop in North Korea and just be like,
I know Kim.
Yeah. I know a few Kims.
I know Kim. Kim's DTF, dude. Kim wants to hang out with us. Kim would probably get on the boat and cruise on through. We could stop at Taiwan and do some stuff.
Katy Perry. We'll just rock some Katy Perry and he'd be all about it.
Katy Perry, and we'll get Dennis Rodman on the boat and
Rodman.
swing by. And
I think him and Trump are buddies too. I bet Trump would jump in on that trip.
I'm just imagining
me, Rodman, Trump, and Kim,
Katy Perry. And then Katy Perry singing in the front of the boat. That's 6, dude. That's how many people get on the boat.
The tiger just on repeat, just roll.
All right, we're done. We're done. Dan sang across the Pacific.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. I got Darren Gruner, the king of Turfs Up Radio, coming on the show next week. That'll be super fun to like this. I don't know if we'll go live on Turfs Up Radio during the episode, but we're going to talk about Turfs Up Radio. So that'd be super fun. Ben, thanks for coming on, man. It's a cool way for us to hang out for like a couple hours and BS.
That's literally why I'm here. It has nothing to do with the fact that like Angela's not my friend or anything, but it's about you, Dan.
Hey, I'm fine being, second fiddle. That's
first
fiddle. I play a mean fiddle. All right, guys. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week. Work smarter and harder. Go.
Do you think I'm going to get to fiddle, Angela?
I'm turning this off.